Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. This is the part 4 of the Isekai historical romance manhwa recommendation. Here I will bring you more reincarnated romance manhwa, and you already know how this thing go. But before we go in with the video, as you can see, only a small percentage of you are actually subscribed. So if you want more manhwa recommendations, please don't hesitate to subscribe, as it really helps the channel a lot and you will be kept updated whenever I upload new videos. Without further ado, let's get on with the first one. The first one is called Seduce the Villain's Father, also known as Flirting with the Villain's Dad by Via, an original web novel by Dal Sul. It is currently waiting for its next season with 77 chapters, and its official website is Tapas. A woman got reincarnated in a web novel called Bridget Wants to Be Happy, but not as the main character Bridget, but as Bridget's aunt named Yernika. She was reincarnated 20 years back before the main story takes place. The thing is, all of these generations' characters face a tragic ending that includes Bridget's parents, which include Yernika's sister, the male lead's parents, and the villain's father named Yurdian. The villain grew up to be a dark magician and killed Yurdian, his father, as a sacrifice. As for her character, Yernika does not differ from them. After 5 years, she will face her own death because of mana adjustment, an occurrence where her body can't handle a numerous number of mana and her body began to self-sabotage. With all these realizations, she came to conclude that she needed to get involved and somehow save all the characters from their own tragic ending. The story starts when Yurdian was supposed to kidnap her pregnant sister, Lucretia, and bring her to the Belcourt Kingdom. She will live there for a long time until she gives birth to Bridget and later meets her death. Now, Veronica has a plan. Unlike the original events, Veronica substitutes for her sister's place, and she is the one that gets kidnapped by Yurdian. Her goal is to seduce Yurdian with all her power and prevent the birth of his son, the villain in the original story. I know the title sounds kinda what is going on, but once you're settled on the story, it really gets you going. First of all, the dynamic between the couple, just thinking about them now, is freaking me out. Something about the cold male lead and the cheery bright female lead does not get old, I swear. So the manhwa actually opens up with Yernika confessing to Yurdian and she instantly got rejected. It's so funny, and you will just see the development of their relationship throughout the story. And the only thing that is kinda bothering me is how it is so much of a Prince Charming type where Veronica needs Yurdian to save her from any situation, but nonetheless, I will still eat it up. To be honest, sometimes I also need this kind of story and they're just so compatible with each other. I honestly can't wait for the next season. The second one is called I'm Standing the Prince, also called I Stand the Prince by Susan. It is currently ongoing with 61 chapters and its official website is Tapitun. In the Empire of Ludek, Duke Reynolds is the ex-prince who got the throne at a young age. He is the son of the first empress, and when the second empress died, they were the subject of interest and the emperor proclaimed the second prince as the heir. Now, Reynolds is seen as the cold-hearted duke, and when he came from a battle, he was greeted by the same malicious, all-whispering crowd. That is why he was really surprised when a group of people approached him. Not just a group of people, but a group of fangirls, because finally, the main character of the famous fanfic novel, The Prince Among the Roses, finally came home. This is the work of a girl named Angela, who has the greatest crush for Rayburn. It is more of her idolizing him because of his greatness. Later, Rayburn's twin named Hoya will recruit Angela to write a sequel of the book to finally improve the image of Rayburn. She will live at the castle, and as she became closer to the Duke, her fangirling only gets crazy and her feelings also develop into more than a simple crush. Just like the first one, this also has the cold male lead and bright, cheery female lead type of dynamic, but this one just takes every aspect of it to another level. I swear when Rayburn starts to show interest in Angela, I scream every time you don't understand. I'm so frustrated that they're still not official. Like, what is happening? The signs are everywhere. You know, when their moments start the heavy tension, it's just a matter of time right now. I also like the other characters. The second male lead is actually the crown prince, and honestly, I can't wait for the drama to come. And overall, it's actually so good and I can't get enough of it. Like the feels I get from this is, for example, when you have your own fanfic imagines with K-pop idols or whatever. I guess that is what it feels for Angela, but they're real and far better than her imaginations. I have more to say, but I'm going to cut it short for now. Just go read it. It's so good, funny, and adorable. All I wanted for a manhwa is here. The third one is called I Don't Love You Anymore by Susu, an original web novel by Cassiopeia. It is currently ongoing with 13 chapters and its official website is Lishin. All Nevea Sulin wanted is to get the attention of her husband named Duke Baler Eustache. Ever since her young age, she was destined to marry him. Although it was arranged marriage, she actually has feelings for him. But the feeling is not reciprocated at all. She was always ignored by him and it came to a point where Nevea's only choice is to get a divorce. When she divorced him, the problem doesn't go to an end. First of all, she has no place to stay because her family hates her since she is considered as the maid's daughter, and the life of being a widow is not desirable at that time. She happens to hear the conversation of the emperor of the opposite kingdom named Joachim. He is looking for his bride, but one that has a lot of requirements. The requirements are she must not be connected to the queen of their kingdom. She must be skilled in order to handle the work of the states, and she must not fall in love with him. Nevea has all the requirements and she proposes to be married to Joachim. She says that she is tired of her life here and she will help Joachim with all her might in exchange for her settlement in their kingdom. Later, he will accept, and as Nevea settled to her new home, her past lover came to action. Honestly, this one feels kinda similar to the remarried Empress, but a little bit toned down. You can see the female lead, Nevea, is just a simple woman who wants to get the same treatment from her husband, and when she realized that there is no chance, she understands her value and is the one to leave. And for me, her running away to another kingdom is understandable since literally no one wants her here except for maybe her little sister, but she is much better to be left in Joachim's empire as the empress. And lastly, watch out for the build-up of the romance between Joachim and Nevea. The fourth one is called Shera by Rana and Muna. It is ongoing with 18 chapters and it currently doesn't have its official English translation, but its official website is Naver Webtoon. A beautiful woman named Shera was neglected by her family. When she met Claude, who is an illegitimate child of an emperor, they instantly have this connection as they are able to relate to the same experiences and fall in love with each other. They've established a secret relationship, and after spending their first night, Cher revealed that she was proposed to get married to the crown prince. Claude becomes devastated, and Shera told him to just forget what happens between the two of them. On the day of her wedding, what was supposed to be the happiest day of her life became the opposite. Claude led a rebellion and killed all of his family and their allies, which includes Shera's family. Shera was hysterical at this point, but the next event that shocked her the most is when Claude decided to kill himself in front of her. Shera blames herself for all of the things that have happened and wished for a second chance. She promised to make a better choice and prevent the tragedy that will happen to the empire. The next thing she knew, she is able to go back to the time where she spent her night beside Claude. The first chapters are solid. It just established the story very well and how it will go, a dark tone. I was expecting heavy angst, one that will get my emotions mixed up, but sadly to say, I think it doesn't live up to my expectations that much. It's just that the first chapter is so good that I'm expecting more from it, but I do not mean that it's bad. Once Shera started to live her second life, she really did make different decisions. I guess it's just that she chooses the easy way out. That is why I am craving the thrill that I experienced firsthand. I will still be reading it because I want to see the connection of Shera and Claude more, and there are still a few chapters. I know this will be worth giving a chance and something great will happen. The last one is called The Thorn That Pierces Me by Machari and Piggyback. It is currently ongoing with 48 chapters and its official website is Tapitoon. Hisa is a girl from the modern world. After failing for having her life settled in a different country, she decided to move back to Korea. As she is traveling by the plane, she started to notice how the scene outside became different. Later, the plane crashed and she found herself in a completely new world. After some events, she is now escaping from the group of zombies who they called Menok. Later, she was saved by a knight named Calix who has the special power of the blue flames which are used to kill the zombies. Now, wanting to survive this foreign world, she has no choice but to rely on Calix. But the thing is, her ability to communicate is gone, and relying her thoughts and feelings to Calix is just impossible. How will they be able to make it work as Calix himself can't leave Hisa alone as he also can't deny the strange attraction he feels for her? I am so confused when I first read this because of the setting. Like technically, Hisa kinda gets isekai to this typical historical setting just suddenly without dying. And once I have established it in my mind, it becomes more understandable like it's just one of these romance isekai manhwa but with the addition of literal zombies. Like I get it now. The couple is also kind of questionable to me because the female lead literally can't talk, like her ability to communicate was cut off for some reason. Nonetheless, their chemistry is undeniable and it's good that even with those mentioned reasons, I'm still able to binge it. I hope it delivers some more good moments from the couple in the future and get their relationship going. That is all for the video. I hope you find it helpful. I wish you guys to have a good day and I will see you next time.